What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Mooncast. We're your hosts, Riley,
Macie, Katie,
and we're here to give you the raw and real talk about cannabis, lifestyle, mindfulness, and everything in between. So grab a moon doobie, spark up with us, find a cozy spot, and tune in for this month's episode.
welcome everyone back. Welcome back, everyone, to our Moon podcast. Today we are doing a little question and answer session with it's me, Macie,
Me, Riley Queen.
And me, Katie.
Yep. And over the course of the past month or so, we have been taking submissions for questions that our followers and our customers and people in our community have wanted to listen to us talk about. And some of them are moonflower related, cannabis related, but some of them are just for funsies.
Yeah.
And we're excited.
We are excited. What is the first question that they have for us?
To kick it off. So I didn't write who submitted these or anything. Maybe
okay.
that
It's
would've
all
been cute.
anonymous, in case you were wondering.
It's anonymous, but if you hear yours, thanks for your submission. Okay, the first question is, who came up with the name and idea for starting Moonflower?
That's me, Riley Queen. So we've told our beginning story before. It kind of started with our dad actually pitching the hemp industry to us, and that is when the Farm Bill was legalized in 2018. We saw that as an opportunity to actually produce bulk oil. So that's when we first invested in like the extractor, our dryer, all of our lab equipment, farm equipment, those type of things. And after that, me and Macie were like, hey, we would love to baby some of these and make our own brand.
Because this was when we were really started to get into cannabis ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So it all kind of stars aligned.
Yeah, did a lot of smoking, just regular weed at the time. And when Dad pitched us the hemp industry, we were like,
Like, hell yeah, brother.
yeah, that sounds like an awesome plan. But it was started as New Harvest Botanicals. That is what this business was called when we very first started, as like an industrial type of operation.
Bulk CBD oil.
Yeah, but that last summer, me and Macie actually went to Greece, where we traveled around and learned about how they harvested their grapes under the moon.
Yeah, they waited for full moons to go out at night and harvest their grapes and their olives. And they said that I think it was a part spiritual type thing, but also they said that was the best, that they were at their prime then. And we thought that was so cool.
And we were like, what if we did that to our flowers?
To our hemps.
Yeah, and that's where Moonflower was born.
Moonflower.
And then we were like, let's capitalize on this whole vibe and go for like the space and like this, existential type of brand. And
Now we're here.
now we're here.
We also have both always had crippling depression and anxiety. And, kind of always being on different like medicines for that. And then learning that, wow, cannabis helps both of these things. And Riley and I started bonding over that experience. And we were like,
learning how to use it medicinally.
Let's bring relief to the masses.
Yeah,
via
for sure.
Cannabis.
Yeah, and it was fun. It was really fun to like get started and like learn this industry. It's definitely probably the hardest industry that anybody could be involved in, but
Anybody
of all time, it's really challenging. I mean, maybe like war might be a tougher industry, but
Is war an industry?
oh yeah.
Yeah, war is definitely an industry.
That's true. That might be a little harder for sure.
Yeah. Don't get me started actually on war.
Okay, yeah,
That's
let's
true.
not get you started on war.
But,
All right,
I respect all of the people that fight for our country as well. I think that's
Let's
a
get
really
that right.
amazing sacrifice.
Thank you to everyone.
Thank you.
Okay, now redirecting.
We'll have to play around with that a little bit.
Play around with that last bit. We did say that what we did was harder than war. So.
No, we said war was harder.
Okay,
The
here
only
we go.
industry more difficult than cannabis.
Katie, you should Katie, you should kick off the second question.
Sure. So our second question is, what are our favorite jobs and tasks here? I will start.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love trimming. I think getting my hands sticky and dirty and getting to smell like bud and smelling bud and just looking at it all day is wonderful. Plus, I have finished all seasons of Real Housewives of New York while
Just
trimming.
trimming.
And I believe that's 14 seasons. So
Wow.
it's
That is
a solid
impressive.
That's a
task.
shit ton of trimming.
Yeah.
Also, I'm so happy. We're just so happy that you love trimming so much because it's not really
For
a
everybody.
common favorite task here. So the fact that you're so good at it and that you like doing it is like jackpot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. For sure. What about you, Macie? What's your favorite task here?
Do you know yours? I might need to think for a moment.
Mine is probably just expansion.
You do love to expand.
love-
She's like, this is Catan.
Yeah, this is Catan. I'm going to buy all of the roads, all of the houses. I'm going to own all of
I'm
this
going to
shit.
build a city.
Yeah, but really, it's expansion. I love networking with people, finding new opportunities, seeing where we could go as a brand, reworking designs, and always just like making sure that we're up to par with current trends. I love just like the research and finding all kinds of like new potential journeys for Moonflower. So, and the design too, but
Design too, yeah.
you know, it's hard for me not to say design because that's what I went to school for. But, you know, I love being an entrepreneur. I
You're
do.
good at it.
She do be doing stuff like that.
She
I love
does
that.
stuff like that.
I do.
Okay, mine. This might not even sound true, but I love packaging orders.
Really?
Yes. Well,
Wait a minute.
whenever we come in and there's like a shit ton to do, sometimes I'm like, it's kind of like grueling. But when I come in and there's like, you know, just one solid amount of orders and I can actually really take my time with it and write little notes to people. I love that shit. And I love seeing where they're going to. And I remember when we first started doing this and Moonflower was growing and expanding more and more. And we would get so excited when the states would pop up that we didn't have yet.
Yeah,
we had
it
this
wasn't
big
in West
running
Virginia.
list of like just trying to make it to all 50 states. And I love doing that. And now I just am in the habit of always checking where they're going to, especially since the gummies melt during the summer. We always have to check like what state they're going to. And I just find that so interesting, especially when people order from like Colorado and Oregon. And I'm like, why? Why aren't you getting our stuff when
Yeah, I think that shows the
I know,
true
I think it's really
quality,
cool.
though. Like, people realize, wow, Moonflower edibles.
like
Moonflower
yeah, like I'm
products,
gonna
next
order
level.
these even though I live somewhere that I have access to endless amounts of stuff. I just think that's cool. But yeah, packaging orders. I love writing people notes. I love sending people little chopsticks and little freebies and shit. I think because I love
Macie's all about the freebies.
She's like, give him a chapstick. Give him a
like,
chapstick.
oh yeah, give them a little tea bag.
And I'm just sitting there with my fists in the air, like shaking.
chapsticks are the hardest to make. Yeah.
But it's okay. I love freebies too.
Yeah, because I always get so excited when I open packages in the mail. And when they have a little note or a
Yeah.
little sticker or something, I just think that's the best. So I
Wow.
try to keep that energy when I'm shipping orders. And that's my favorite task.
So you like putting the love into
I like
Yeah.
putting no love into it. Or if it's like my friend or somebody with a cool last name.
Yeah,
I-
Macie gifts people with cool last names. So if you're sitting here listening to this and you have a cool
If you're
last
Kathy
name,
Peacock, we love you.
yeah, we love you, Kathy Peacock. Cool last name.
Cool last name. All right. You guys ready for our next question?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. Someone has submitted asking what our dream blunt rotation would be.
I've been thinking about this. should I start? Yeah, I'll
Sure.
start. All right. Bob Marley, number one. Because, you know, I don't think that anybody else on the planet understands love and peace more than that man did. So that's my number one. Number two, Obama. I think that I would love to just hear Obama talk for like an hour while I was high. Like his voice soothes me.
He does have a good voice.
Yeah, I love his voice. Love Obama's voice.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
All
maybe
right,
I could
Riley.
like pry some like alien secrets out of him or like some secrets. I'd be like, Obama,
Barack.
Mr. B. Catch me up.
Catch me up on the...
Tell me everything you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he'll freely and easily tell you all of his presidential secrets.
Yeah.
Maybe after a blunt.
Especially in the blunt rotation.
Yes. So we're picking 4, right?
Sure.
4?
Yeah, I'm picking 4. Next, I would probably pick Greta Thunberg. I think that she would be a really interesting person
She
to talk
definitely
to.
smokes blunts.
Yeah, Greta Thunberg. She might be, what, 16?
No, I think she's older now.
Really?
I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't condone...
We don't condone underage blunt rotations, but I'm just saying I would like to smoke a blunt with
She's
Greta
a real
Thunberg.
one.
Yeah, she is. I want to talk to a leader like that.
I bet she's funny too.
Yeah,
Like,
I bet
low-key
she's
funny.
funny. I bet she's kind of brash, and I kind of love that. And then my last one, I think that I would pick probably Elon Musk. I know like a lot of people hate on Elon Musk. I love him personally. I think he's a great business leader. I think that he is. I picked a lot of leaders. That might say a lot about me.
Okay, Riley.
Yeah. Honestly, I know that this might not make the Mooncast, but I would probably pick a cult leader. Not because I want to be a cult leader.
Yeah.
But just like, how does that?
Yeah, I want to talk to him and be like, how did you convince this many people to believe in something? Like, I want to sit there and study. Like, Greta Thunberg, Obama, Elon Musk.
Bob Marley.
Love to talk to him about space, too. And Bob Marley, because he loves peace and love.
That's good.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll go ahead and go, Macie. I would choose Willy Wonka for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But probably like the Gene Wilder
was
Willy
gonna
Wonka.
What? I know you say obvious reasons, but
I mean, one,
the candy? Like, is that the part?
the candy.
She loves candy.
I love candy. 2, the creativity of his sweets. And 3, maybe I might get to go to the chocolate factory,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and that's something else.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Also, I would choose Julia Child because I'd be loving her.
Yeah, you do.
Wait, Julia Child, that's the Real Housewives?
No, she's not a real housewife. She is pretty much a leader in culinary
Oh.
shows.
Cool.
Culinary shows, yeah. And everybody thought she wouldn't make it, but she did it. And she was, I think, probably the first woman to have her own show, in spite of everybody thinking she wouldn't be able to do it.
Hell
Let's
yeah.
go.
I
Yeah.
love that. I'd like to put
It's
her
great.
in mine too.
And she was just really also a large woman, like tall.
Yeah.
And I feel like very
A
interesting.
tall person in the blunt rotation.
Yeah.
Essentially.
We need one.
Everyone's got to have
We
one.
need a tall person.
I don't know if mine has any tall people.
Okay, and then my next 2, I would choose Grimace.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like he'd be fun. And then I would choose Jenna Lyons from The Real Housewives of New York, who I don't think you guys probably know.
And why would you choose Jenna Lyons?
She's just got a lot going on.
Yeah.
She's a huge entrepreneur. She's got a lot of fashion experience, which is how she made her money. She's a lesbian, and also she's just real cool and a little awkward.
Nice.
And I
Yeah.
can appreciate that.
There's
I like
lesbians in Real Housewives?
She was the first.
Hell yeah.
that I know of, but I've only watched New York and now Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake City.
But there's definitely no lesbians in Salt Lake City.
Housewives.
Yeah, Salt Lake City doesn't have any lesbians.
I don't mean the city itself, just just the Real Housewives, because they're all Mormons or ex-Mormons.
Yeah, that's what I was
Mormons
catching.
hate that. Mormons hate
They
that.
actually, yeah, they do.
They actually
That's
do.
actually a fact. We don't have to cut that.
Yeah, keep that.
Okay.
I think that I'm gonna come back to my blunt rotation and trade Elon Musk out for Kim Kardashian.
Kim K, yeah, solid
Yeah.
choice. Also an entrepreneur.
Also an entrepreneur.
So smart.
Yeah.
Like business smart.
Business smart, love her. Think she's hilarious.
Yeah.
Riley
That
does. She loves Kim K.
And her SNL debut was amazing.
Yeah, it was
She was
hilarious.
really good.
Yeah, she did a great job. And I just like watching her operate. I want to know how to become
Kim
that
K.
powerful.
You're gonna be the Kim K of cannabis.
Riley K.
Riley
Riley
K.
Shay.
Riley Shay. Shay is in fact my middle name.
We didn't even just say that.
Riley, yeah, we didn't even make that up.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, Macie, you're up next.
All right. Shit, I cannot narrow mine down, but I know for certain that I would probably do. I want to do a game show host. I'm trying to decide between Howie Mandel from Deal or No Deal or Ben Bailey that drives the Cash Cab.
Ooh.
I'm going to actually go with Ben Bailey from Cash Cab.
Another bald man.
Is it?
Yeah, Macie's blunt rotation,
Blunt rotation
I think might be all bald.
No, they're not. They're not. I'm going to do Ben Bailey. Just got some questions.
What questions?
I don't think Cash Cab. You guys watch Cash Cab?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah,
it.
maybe
That
like
shit-
how do you drive around in New York?
The questions are impossibly hard. Like, honestly, for just the common everyday cab rider, the fact that those people know the answers, I don't know if it's real. So I just want to ask them about the production of the show and everything.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you want to know
Cash Cab,
the
was it
behind the
real?
scenes?
Was Cash Cab real? Because I doubt it.
Actually, I remember watching Cash Cab recently in my adult life and being like, no way, this
Yeah,
is
that's
real.
what I'm saying. And it's like impossible. Like, unless every fucking person that gets in Cash Cab is a trivia genius.
Yeah, Albert Einstein
Yeah,
spawn.
for real. Then
Yeah, I feel that.
Abraham Lincoln,
Okay.
he would be in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tall.
Tall.
Yeah, tall.
Yeah, tall.
We need tall.
tall.
He'd probably have like one of those cherry joint papers. Because he loved cherries, right?
I think
I think
was
that's George Washington.
Oh.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln,
Cut that.
Emancipation Proclamation. I hate the movie theater, and I bet he probably could relate to that. And all right, my third one. We both hate movie theaters.
His was a play theater.
Same thing. back
Potato
then.
patata.
He'd be like, no way am I going into a movie theater. I can't even see the exits.
Either. I don't do them either.
Okay, that's good.
I'm trying to piece together my other two. I was too busy listening to your guys's.
You got this.
Maybe. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
It's all right.
Maybe. Can I have a dog?
Yeah.
Can I do Leica, the first dog in space?
Yeah.
Cute. Do you want Balto as well in your rotation or what?
Forget Leica. Balto is a great dog.
Macie
Balto
loves Balto.
Single-handedly
a
eradicated polio
Yes, he
in
did.
Alaska. He ran double time. I would hands down have Balto in my blunt rotation. Thanks, Katie.
You're welcome.
Leica's cool too. I respect.
Respect to
Leica.
Yeah,
Leica.
but Balto really stepped up.
He did. And then for my fourth and final one, probably Adam Sandler.
Ooh, yeah.
It's a hard choice between Adam Sandler and Jim Carrey for me. Because I think Jim Carrey would be more interesting, but I think Adam Sandler would bring more comedic energy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to stick with Adam Sandler. Yeah. So I have Adam Sandler, Abraham Lincoln, Balto, and Ben Bailey from Cash Cab.
Wow, Macy. I think that list really says a lot
That's
about
stacked.
you too. That is stacked. Could
It's
you
a little
imagine
weird.
all of ours combined? Our
A party.
our
Yeah.
blunt rotations combined, you would have Obama and Abraham Lincoln going at it like,
He'd be like, thanks.
yeah, Abraham Lincoln would be like the first one.
Yeah.
All of his hard work.
Yes, all of our
It
hard
wasn't
work.
in vain.
We really have made it.
Get up.
Yes.
All right. Those are our dream blunt rotations.
Yeah, that was a great question, whoever asked that.
Yeah. Shout out to that submission.
Mhm.
Okay. Fourth one says, what's the highest you've ever been?
There's been a couple times.
Well, I can start.
Yeah,
got
you're
yours?
starting. You know your
Yeah.
exact one.
So, well, yes, because it was the beginning of, well, I'll just tell you. Essentially, when I get really high from edibles, I pass out. That's just something that happens, especially when there's heat added.
Like, go to sleep or like actually
like
faint?
actually faint.
If there's heat added,
Yeah. One time I
Interesting.
ate an edible on a beach in Florida, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to make it out of this one.
whoa.
They had to take me. They had
She's
to
about to be the first person that dies from weed.
This isn't even what I was gonna say, but they literally had to take me off the beach in a side by side.
What?
Yeah,
do you
I
get
hope Katie's parents aren't
lightheaded?
listening.
Do you get lightheaded or what is it?
Well, my vision goes first,
Yeah.
and everything gets very muffled, and then I pass out.
Whoa.
But the thing is, what's really weird about all of these instances, so it's happened to me, I think 4 times now, but I've got it under control because I just don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
It was
side by
unique.
sided off the beach.
Yeah, I did have to get side
So
by side.
what's unique about you eating that, like edibles outside of the heat then? Because you eat edibles often, don't you?
Honestly, not anymore.
Yeah, but you used to. Like
I
when
did
you
used
first
to.
started
Yeah.
here.
Well, it's just so cold
Maybe
here.
it's a link to like
Yeah, that's true.
dehydration
So
and
you
stuff.
think it's like pure heat and
Yeah.
all that. Well, you get dry mouth and all that on
Dehydration.
the beach.
Yeah.
I personally love smoking on the beach.
Yeah, I'm sure that it's nice when you don't have this problem.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
I'm sure it's real nice.
Yeah.
So is that your highest? Was on the
Actually,
beach?
no.
That wasn't your
But
highest,
the first
though?
time, it was the first time that I ever passed out from an edible, and I was at the zoo. I was in the Wallaby Walkout. Shout out to the Louisville Zoo, in which you get to walk around with like wallabies and other marsupials. Pretty cool.
No way.
Except for I passed out.
Amongst
Oh.
the wallabies?
Yeah.
Oh,
And they
shit.
were like, we said watch your step. And I was like, okay.
Sorry.
What I was going to say earlier is that when these situations happen, I am still fully aware. Like I'm still in my head, but I just like lose function of my body. Not in like a poop my pants kind of way. In case you were wondering.
Are you just
Not in
saying
that
that?
kind of way. Just like can't
Yeah.
see, can't hear.
Whoa,
But
that's
can think.
wild. Are these like high dose edibles that you're taking?
I think the one I took in Florida was 25 maybe,
Really?
Holy shit.
but it wasn't moonflower, so
Oh, okay.
that could have been it.
That could have been it. Maybe.
No doubt.
Sounds like just like a reaction with your body.
It's really bad. Yeah. I did it at a concert once. I did it while I was visiting my wife at school once.
Whoa.
Yeah, in her dining hall.
No way. She
Everybody
was
probably
like,
thought I was drunk, and I
Something.
face planted into a door because I was trying to walk.
were you carrying a tray or anything?
No food.
That's good.
She was waiting for us, like our food, and I was like, I can't. I have to go sit down. So I went and sat down, and then I was like, I'm gonna die. I'm literally gonna die. But I
Damn.
didn't.
Well, you didn't.
Those
what
are some good
counts.
first or highest ever stories.
Yeah,
That's extreme.
it's bad.
I have the burps, and I'm trying so hard not to burp in this microphone. Okay.
Macie.
Don't do it.
Okay. The highest that I have ever been was the first time that I ever took. Was it that? The first time that I ever ripped a bong, I would say, is the highest that I'd ever been, that I didn't completely like freak out. But I ripped a bong, and it was in a really rough patch of DC, like really rough patch of DC. And we were all in the apartment, and
I forgot about this.
yeah, I really got high that time. Really. And it was scary, but also interesting. Anyway, got high.
Anyway.
This was the first bong rip that I ever took the bong rip, and I was like, wow, this is what being high is like. Because like I've experienced it before that, like smoking small bowls or whatever, but like
This was like a full breakthrough.
yeah, this was like a full breakthrough of like, wow, okay, I'm really high. And I remember like looking down at my fingers and like pushing them together and like moving them like this. And I was like, holy shit. Like I could feel like every inch of my fingertips, and like my fingerprints would like touch each other, which is crazy. I know.
Whoa.
And I remember eating pancakes that night. It was like midnight, and we made pancakes, and oh my God, the best pancakes I've ever had, easily. And they were definitely just like the microwavable ones. Yeah. And there was like one scary part where a drug dealer came over to the house and inside of the apartment, and I thought that really spooked me out. And then this is a crazy thing, but after the drug dealer left, did he bring his dog too?
No, he brought his son.
He brought his son. That's what it was.
His very young toddler son. And Riley was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Off my first bong rip in a DC apartment. This dealer comes over, and he has like a toddler. He's like sitting there counting his cash, you know, selling us some weed. And his kid's also running out, and I'm like spiraling at this point. Like,
Riley's like, I'm not even sure that this kid's here right now.
I'm like, is this actually real? Thought I was actually hallucinating the kid at first, but I wasn't. He just had him tag along. And then after that, I was sitting on the couch, like trying to go to sleep, and I went to the bathroom, but I convinced myself that I wasn't actually in the bathroom and that I was just like sitting on the couch, and I had to second guess myself like 5 times before I actually peed.
She thought she was going to pee in the toilet, but actually be sitting on the couch and pee her pants.
Yeah. And I was like,
she was like, am I in the bathroom?
Yeah, am I in the bathroom right now? Can you swear to me right now that I'm in the bathroom? But it was honestly like
fucking cracking.
Yeah, I don't know what was in the weed, but
Self a bong rip.
Yeah, that was just, I mean, it was fun though.
Yeah.
The most scared I was the drugs part, but you know, you grow through what you go through.
True.
So
That's
here
what
I
we have
am
to
today,
remember.
and now I rip bongs often.
Heard you wouldn't.
I will do it. Let's do it during the podcast. All right, Macie.
All right.
Highest you've ever been?
So I've had a lot of highest I've ever been experiences, but I think that this one stands out because I was so uncomfortable. So we've been flying all of our lives. We've traveled a bunch, and I'm super used to air travel, but this was the first time. This is when carts really became a thing. And I was like, fuck, I could smoke in the airport. So, you know, like
Safest place to smoke.
when you're getting ready to, like, they're boarding. I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait to the last possible minute to run to the bathroom and hit my dab pen so that, like, I'm like high for the flight. And I go in the bathroom thinking, I just got to get as much as I can in right now because I'm not going to be able to on the plane. So I have this cart. Carts are like a new thing. So I'm like totally underestimating it. And I'm like, I take like back-to-back hits off of it, just trying to get ready for the flight. And I smoked. Well, Sorry, I had a little moment. Walked out of the bathroom, got on the plane, and had hands down the most terrifying flight of my life. Like, I smoke all the time, every day, and I will never smoke before a flight again. And I have not since that time. Like, it's hard for me to even go through. I was so scared, like taking off and just over analyzing the fact that I was with a bunch of strangers in this man-made can propelling through at like a rapid speed.
10,000 feet in the
anything
air.
can happen. Like, I was so scared, thinking like worst case scenario, overthinking air travel altogether. I'm like,
Where were you going?
Yeah.
I think we were on our way from Chicago to Iceland.
Damn. Yeah, probably the smoothest ride we've ever been on.
It was
Not really.
terrifying. Like, I sat there white knuckling the things the whole time, and I'm thinking, how did I ever do this my whole life and not think about it for what it actually was? Because you're literally in a little box can,
Pressurized too.
pressurized, flying at crazy. Yeah. I can't do it. That was probably the highest. No
Yeah.
pun intended.
Oh, that was good.
Write that down.
Yeah. The highest I've
But yeah,
ever
that's
been.
mine. Now I don't smoke before I go in the plane.
I don't do that either. I took one gummy one time and I had a similar experience.
Yeah.
I don't recommend that. Maybe like a nice CBD dose.
There's probably people that like drop acid and then go on a
I
plane.
know.
I
those
enjoy
people-
eating gummies before flights.
Really?
Although one time it was too much.
Yeah.
But most of the time it's totally fine.
Yeah.
Little moon pop.
moon pop before a flight.
Yeah.
I would never.
We have
I
a
know.
friend that I won't disclose their name. And she took an edible, fell asleep on the plane, and she said when she woke up, she had pissed her pants.
Oh my god. Don't put that in
Yeah,
there.
don't put that in
I'll put
there.
that in there. No, not the name. But yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is crazy. I
That
don't
would be
think.
that would be me.
Yeah,
That could have been you.
could have been you.
Maybe it was me. And
Oh
I
my
just said
gosh,
it was our
DC
friend.
moment.
For real. All right.
Next.
Moving
What's
on.
next?
It's what our dream products would be if it was federally legal.
Ooh,
I want to do dabs.
Yeah, I was
We've
gonna say
never
moonflower
been able to do
dabs.
dabs here. I love dabs. CBD dabs, you can do them, but they're not super enjoyable, at least for me. But I think that if we went federal and recreational, that'd be the first thing we cranked out.
yeah,
would be freaking
love dabs. Love dabs. Funny story. I'll make this quick. But during COVID, me and Macie created a gravity bong that was specific to dabs, and it was a dab jeeb.
Stop.
Yeah.
Oh
We
my
had a
god.
nail.
Get rocked.
And
Yeah,
it was
absolutely.
crazy.
Like, you never, it's an experience that you haven't had yet, Katie. So highly recommend
Maybe
trying
we'll
it.
I
make
don't
one.
know about that.
You can do it.
I don't know.
Jeeves are too much on me, let alone a
Sometimes,
dab.
yeah.
Dab jeeves. That was like us playing Catan for 6 hours and just trying to make it more interesting, you know, after
Quarantine.
like 7 straight days of being in our house. Yeah. For me, I think that I would do a multi-cannabinoid cartridge. Sprinkle.
Sprinkle.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
I would love to do a multi-cannabinoid cartridge.
So
That
like a THC CBD combo.
yeah, or yeah, because I think a lot of people sleep on the entourage effect anyway, and I think that if you could get that type of cartridge out into a recreational market and actually like let people give it a chance, I think that they would realize that they've been wrong this entire time by purchasing the highest percentage THC product on the shelf, because you can like truly get such a unique and euphoric high just by combining cannabinoids. And so many people in the recreational market sleep on that.
They're
So
like, I don't want CBD. It's not going to get me high. I'm like, that's true. But when you add it with
with
THC and CBN and
Get ready to transcend.
yeah, get ready to have an experience that you haven't had before. So yeah, and I probably make them different cannabinoids targeted for different outcomes and different moods.
Wink.
Wink. That's just what I would do if I had the opportunity to have products in a medical or recreational market.
Dropping little Easter eggs on the podcast. This is for our true fans.
Yeah,
Truly.
thanks for listening. All right, Macie, what about you? Oh wait, no,
Dabs.
you said dabs.
I would also say dabs.
Yeah.
Little moonflower dab.
Cool.
Or moon rocks.
Moon
Oh.
rocks.
So on brand.
Yeah.
Everybody loves moon rocks.
And also just THC plants.
Yeah, like big
Just
fat
actual
nasty
marijuana
nugs.
plants.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love to trim those.
Yeah, I'd love to just grow some regular
Like
marijuana.
some stanky
Something dank.
weed.
Yeah.
Smell up the whole store. Yeah. That's what I want.
Yeah, that's what I want. It's coming.
Yeah,
Gotta
it is.
be, right?
Definitely.
Probably.
Probably. It might be, though, in the medicinal market.
Wink.
We got something in the works.
Yeah. Okay, what's next?
All right. Our favorite products and why. Moonflower products, I'm assuming.
Mine, freaking the Universal Wellness Tincture.
knew you were
I
gonna
come
say
back
that.
to that every single time, and I always push people toward it, but I just don't think that people like have faith in tinctures. And I just want to clarify that, like, when people come in here and say, like, I don't do tinctures, I don't do CBD, it hasn't worked for me before. And my question is always like, was it ours?
Which kind of makes me feel like, I don't want to say conceited, but yeah, I'm like, you haven't tried ours. But it's so true because people try shit from gas stations and it'd be like, oh, that didn't work on me at all. CBD is not really effective. And they just assume that for all products across the board for all
Right.
companies.
And not just gas stations, like, not to majorly plug Moonflower, but like, you know me. But like, there's these giant brands like CBD RX or CBD FX. I forget what it's called. Charlotte's Web. Like, love Charlotte's Web story, but they are mass scaled. They have products in places where they're literally cranking shit out by like these huge machines, and like without the love, and not keeping terpenes in there in the name of the market, or not keeping all the cannabinoids out there in the name of just like making something as simple as it can get, and to be able to get into certain wholesalers, you know? So yeah, the earthy tincture, that's my favorite. You should really try it out if you haven't. It's great to just like keep in your medicine cabinet for literally anything. Like,
Topical, sublingual, all sorts of different uses. It's crazy.
yeah, you can infuse your drinks if you want, you know, like you can use it on your dog if you wanted. It's literally,
You can use it as lube.
yeah, you can use it as lube. It's just CBD oil, just CBG oil, and just coconut oil. It's like as natural as something can possibly get.
I also think it's important that people know that it's kind of a regimented thing.
Yeah.
Like tinctures are very regimented as opposed to a gummy that you take for symptoms that are happening right
Yeah.
then.
Gummies are as needed. Tinctures are a wellness product.
Yeah, general wellness.
Universally wellness
Yeah.
too.
Universally
and
wellness.
like that tincture, if you use it topically, it can be used as needed. But if you are using it for things like anxiety, depression, like it still can be used successfully for those reasons.
Take it
But
every day like a medicine.
yeah. What about you guys?
How about you go, Macie?
I would choose the universal tincture too, but since you already said that, I think I really like our moon candy and our moon drops. Like they're just small, so perfect to put in your purse, and they're such low doses that it's not like you don't have to dedicate to it. You know what I mean? A lot of times when people eat edibles, it's like, okay, I'm home for the evening, don't have anything to do, I'm just gonna take this, and which is fun too. But having something that you can eat one in the morning and it's not going to get you super stoned, you can still go about your day as usual. You just feel better, feel happier. They're so simple and small and perfect.
Yeah, I love those too. I always just I like those for different events. Like if I'm going to a yoga class, I'll literally just take it at the very beginning of the yoga class and keep it in my mouth like during all of that. And you feel the effects the entire time. And pretty much after the yoga class and you're driving home, it's not really even present anymore.
Yeah, there's no crash. Like there's no
yeah. It's a nice take it for experience it for an hour and then you're back to normal, which is I think is a really unique THC experience as a whole.
Yeah, for sure. Because people associate edibles as something that you plan around or but
yeah, they would honestly be great for people that struggle with anxiety attacks or panic attacks, because that stuff is so onset. It comes on at once, and if they're not a smoker, I think that would be a great option that I would recommend for
and such
people.
a perfect beginner thing for people that haven't tried edibles before.
Yeah,
because edibles can really take you by surprise if you're not used to them. But if you want to slowly get there, I feel like if it was your first time doing an edible, I would fully recommend a 5 milligram moon tart just to see how it's going to hit you and how the onset's a little bit different, obviously, than smoking.
And they taste so good.
And they taste so
yeah.
good.
What about you, Katie?
For me, I think it's the moon brews.
Moon brews?
I think they're so cool. It's just so cool. And it's crazy that a normal part of my job is canning.
Yeah.
And making beverages. But it's really awesome to be able to bring them places and to share them and to make mocktails with them.
Yeah.
Or cocktails.
if you're looking for
feeling crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they're just so cool.
Yeah.
It's literally so cool that we make cans.
It really is. I'm so excited to watch that line just blossom. I want to fill out especially design wise, just seeing it as an entire line with all the flavors and things that we want to do. I can't wait to see that. But
and such a cool alcohol alternative too for
Definitely.
people at the lower dose, people that want to go and party and go to house parties, this and that, but they don't want to stand around and not be drinking.
And they're buildable doses too.
Yeah.
Exactly. 5 milligram. You could play beer pong still. You can play beer ball.
It looks just like a regular alcoholic beverage.
Quarters.
Right.
And, if you do the 5 milligram dose, you can build it throughout your night. So you start just like a beer. It's just getting a 6-pack of beer. One beer is obviously not going to make you drunk by any means, but after 2 beers, you're going to have a little buzz and so forth. So I think that it's nice that you can have a buzzy type of experience in the same buildable way that we're used to with alcohol.
Yeah. And you're not hungover. You're not starting fights with your partner.
Yeah, you're just cooling.
Everybody does that.
Okay.
It's good for you.
Yeah, that's true.
Other than all the sugar that we put in.
We got to make it taste good.
Yeah. We're more about taste than
Full health.
Diet.
Yeah, more taste than
restrictions.
diet. Diet's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What else? What's next?
I'm looking. Oh, I thought that this one was weird, but cute. Most memorable field trip. My mom just entered. Most memorable field trip
Most memorable field
Ever?
trip.
ever.
Oh, man.
Mine is to the Pittsburgh Zoo. Loved it. But now I don't really like zoos.
We don't really condone zoos.
But
at
as
the
a
time,
kid, loved the zoo. Loved
When you
seeing,
don't understand
Yeah.
and know
captivity.
Yeah.
captivity, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Love the jellyfish things they had a little mini aquarium section.
Cool.
So loved the jellyfish containers and I loved the seals.
Katie passed out at a zoo.
I did, yeah.
Zoos
Haven't
might be
been
a
back.
nice topic for this this
Next
podcast.
podcast is zoos.
Yeah. But what about you?
Most memorable field trip. I don't know how I just thought of this, but we were going to Smoke Hole Caverns, which is a cave type cave.
Cavern.
It's a cavern.
Stalagmites and stalactites.
Yeah.
And mom was supposed to be the one that was going with me, and we got there, everybody's parents, you know, showed up, everybody's having fun, and I cannot find mom, and I'm like feeling so abandoned, so sad. She promised she would be there. She was bringing my lunch, and they're like, all right, guys, it's time to go through the cave. And I went through that freaking cave by myself, and somebody gave me a jacket because my mom was supposed to bring my jacket. It was so sad. I had tears in my eyes, and we got out, and as we were walking out of the cave, mom was there, and she was crying too because she felt so bad. And I guess she had like got a flat tire, like ran over a nail or something crazy. And she felt so bad that when everybody left and got on the bus and went back to the school, she stayed there with me. I'm going to cry. She stayed there with me, and we looked at rocks.
That's
Oh, you'll make me emotional. What about you, Katie? What's your favorite field trip?
We went to the science center a lot when I was a kid. That was like our yearly field trip that we did. And I really, really enjoyed going to the science center. And then another memorable field trip was in high school. They took us all to the sewage plant. Yeah, they did.
And that was your favorite?
No, it says memorable.
Memorable.
Yes, that was a memorable field trip.
Why would they do that?
Yeah, what's
know,
so cool
I don't really
about
know.
the sewage plant?
I mean, that week they also took us to like the recycling center and
The
stuff
recycling
like that.
center is
So I
one
think
thing.
that they were trying to show us.
yeah, like how a community works, kind
The
of.
way of the world.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
High school.
Nice.
Sewage plant.
Yeah, interesting
Sewage
question, but we all.
I know.
got
I
one.
like that
Yeah,
question.
I like that. So random.
I know. I always like the tubing trips too in school.
Yeah, I like the
We would
tubing
go
ones.
to the like snowshoe or timberline or something. Everybody be tubing together. That was back when they started being pussies about it.
Yeah.
Because now they are, but they didn't used to be, and used to be able to just let it freaking
Yeah,
rip, like,
let it rip with like groups of 8 people.
yeah, you're there, you're flying down, and now they're like they're
One at a
ushering
time.
everybody one at a time, and you can only
You can't go so fast.
it's not the same.
It used to be so fast.
Because Riley and I tried in our adult life to get trashed and go, and we show up and they're like lifeguards times 10.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
like,
crazy. You
damn.
can't do anything at the tube park these days.
It's not even worth it now.
Yeah. Just go sledding at your house.
You guys and I had very different styles of field trips. I feel like.
Yeah,
Because I
ours
grew
sound
up-
really fun, and you went to the sewage plant.
Well, I grew up also in a very urban environment and
Yeah.
like no outdoor sports like that. I would consider that an outdoor sport.
Yeah,
Part of
caverning,
it.
no caverns around.
Kentucky's
Actually,
the most
Kentucky-
cavacious state.
Yeah.
Cavacious.
That's probably not
But-
a word.
Love that though.
We did go to Mammoth Cave once on a field trip.
That's cool. Yeah. Caves freak me out.
Yeah, there's
I'm not
spooky.
about the caves. People that splunk,
Splunk.
yeah,
How?
splunking.
Screw
You
spelunking.
could not pay me to splunk. Like I would not splunk.
Splunk. It's a spelunk.
Spelunk.
Splunk.
Splunk.
There's like a
Who
2-syllable
came up
thing
with
there.
that?
Yeah.
Spelunk instead of splunk.
Spelunk.
We need to talk to.
I will
Jen.
never
Yeah.
spelunk.
Yeah, I
Okay.
would never splunk.
All right. No one's making you, bro.
That's just
That's out.
asking to die.
Yeah.
That's just asking to be put in an emergency situation.
Yeah. That's asking to be scared.
In caves, there is a off topic, and I'll make it fast, but there's a side-by-side graph of people like missing person cases and compared to the cave system in America, and it lines up like crazy.
It does line up like crazy. That is one of the
I think they're in
craziest
there.
graphics I've ever seen.
I know, like it's creepy to
I'm
look
not
at.
about that.
There's probably like cave sex trade or something.
You
That's
think
like
it's
my
sex
two
trade stuff?
my two biggest fears.
Caves and sex trade.
I
Sex trade's bad enough. Now I'm in a cave. That's
that would
Yeah,
be
I mean, that's a
double
very
bad.
solid fear to have.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Spelunking
picturing
for
more
life.
like for some reason my brain
Monsters?
did not go to the
Like
the,
cryptids.
Yeah, like
Okay.
yeah, like monsters taking kids.
So you don't-
Even though this is a sex trade is full of monsters.
Yeah. Different.
Real life,
Different
true
kind of monster.
monsters.
Mm.
Yeah. All right.
Extreme
Next
spelunking.
question. Extreme splunking.
Okay. Okay. Next
Okay.
question.
Okay, yeah.
Okay,
Extreme
we'll get that.
splunking. Yeah, we might take that one out.
This says, what is your opinion on the current state of the world? That's a heavy one.
Yeah, that is heavy.
I mean, it's scary.
The world is scary.
Nothing's stable.
No.
And
I
it's-
do feel like something's gonna happen. I don't know what it is, but
There's
I hope
definitely
it's
a
like
buildup.
I hope it's like not like the Hunger Games, but like a Hunger Games moment where everybody's like, you know, standing up and ready to
ready to
yeah.
fight back.
Yeah, fight
Okay.
back and stop being screwed over and over and over
I was
again.
like, you want us to kill each other.
No, I
That's
don't
where you
want.
want-
I don't want
Free-for-all.
actual
Yeah.
like. Yeah, not the whole Hunger Games process. More like the
Just the revolution.
Yeah, the revolution part.
Okay,
I
so
mean,
you
I
want a
could get behind a
revolution.
revolution, but you know that takes a divided world to be less divided, and I don't think that will happen until we all get screwed over in the same way, and we realize that we're all human and we all want the best for each other.
We're being divided so we won't revolt. I have a
Exactly.
theory that the world's really not as bad as we all think, that like we're just constantly consuming media that's like the worst of everything. And it's just, I feel like it's, hopefully, this is a very, you know, hopeful thought, maybe naive, but what if it's not even really that bad?
I don't think it really is that bad.
And we're just like consuming things constantly that make it seem like we're in just this crisis state and that everybody hates each other and that,
yeah.
but maybe
Maybe it is that bad.
Maybe
it is
the
that
world
bad.
is filled with heaping amounts of joy
Yeah.
and compassion and kindness and unity.
Maybe.
Yeah, life is good.
Facts.
Not saying I'm very thankful to be
in the world.
in the world.
I do
think-
think with us being inundated with information all the time, that it's hard to not feel like the world's burning.
Crashing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel that. I do feel like recently it's felt a little worse than usual. I just think that sometimes I feel hopeless, and that's the worst feeling, because I feel like everybody sees and collectively understands that there are issues, and everybody collectively understands like we just want to bull. Like, we just want to be happy and be in peace. And all they do is take our money. Taxation is theft, and spend it on things that we don't even get a say. And it's literally taxation without representation.
Which we can't do anymore.
We can't do that. That's not it. And
Yeah.
I'm over that.
Bring back the Tea Party.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just feel like you talk to old people, even people like mom's age, which is decently old, and they're like, you know, everything's just so corrupt now that times used to be so much more simpler. But I honestly think that that's because they had to get a newspaper or get on the radio to hear these things. So they
Yeah.
weren't constantly surrounded with the idea that all of these bad things are going on. Like,
And full videos.
yeah, and like they
everything.
lived through crazy wars and
the
shit.
Holocaust.
Like, yeah, and yet those were simpler times. It's because they weren't constantly hearing about it.
Yeah.
And we are.
Yeah.
And the more that you pay attention and the more that you are interested in hearing about the kind of stuff, the more the algorithms will feed it to you. So it's like
But if you're
very
not
cyclical.
interested or willing to have all of that information put upon you, then you don't understand what's going
I do think it's
on out
important
there.
to know.
Yeah.
yeah.
But also ignorance might be kind of bliss.
Yeah. Ignorance might be bliss. But I
And
can't-
privilege.
And privilege.
And privilege.
Yes.
For real. For real.
That's
Yeah.
true.
That's true.
It might be blissful, but there are people that can't afford to.
To not think about it.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true.
Yeah. That's a
Thanks
really
for
good
humbling me,
point.
Katie.
Sorry. I'm
No,
not trying
I'm
to
sorry. That's what I needed.
not trying to
The
catch
world's
you.
not okay.
some parts are.
The human experience is a beautiful thing, even in the worst circumstances. People experience joy, love, friendship, those type of things. And I think that if we would all just
Lean into it.
into that, I think that the world would be a better place. And we just need to stop putting up with the bullshit.
No more bullshit.
No more bullshit. Like,
I'm done.
I'm not paying my student loans.
Yeah. I'm
I'll
not
say
paying
it.
my medical bills.
I'm not doing that. I'm not. I will not pay it. And I think that if more people would collectively come together and be like, I'm actually not going to fucking pay that either. Like, we deserve access to education. We deserve access to our health
Exactly.
and being a human. Like, if more of us just were like, no,
I'm not paying
I'm
that.
not doing that, then like we could make a difference. But everybody's just under this belief
They're like,
system.
oh, my credit.
Well, yeah,
Credit's important.
stuff. Yeah, but I'm saying though, like if we could collectively come together, what are they going to do? Destroy all of our credits, and then what? Maybe that's their goal. I don't know, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not paying it.
Simple.
Simple.
And I owed $3,000 to my sorority that I dropped out of, and I refused to pay it for 5 years. And I got a letter in the mail that said I only owe $30 now.
And she's probably not going to pay that either.
I wouldn't pay it. You've made it this long.
But
Yeah.
I'm like, if this has taught me anything, it's that if I
Avoidance is
stand
key.
it, I stick to my guns and stand my ground, and I don't pay my
are they gonna
bills,
do?
they will wash it away.
Yeah, they'll just disintegrate into thin air if you
Thank
don't
God I
think
didn't
about them.
pay that.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if I paid them $3,000? Thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Hopefully none of the Z people.
Yeah.
The Z.
Sorry, Alpha Z Delta. We were fun. We
It
were
was fun while it lasted,
Yeah.
but I'm not giving any of my money. My hard-earned shillings. All right.
All right. Good question. Next.
There's a 2024 individual resolutions. Do you guys want to do that one, or you
Yeah.
want? All right.
We'll finish it up.
Final question to wrap it up. Our awesome Q&A. If you're still here, thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
2024 individual resolutions.
My personal goal this year is to launch a new brand. And yeah, that's my goal. It's going to happen. I'm just going to speak it into existence. I'm actually technically working on launching 2 brands this year.
Wink.
Wink. One that is within the cannabis space and one that is completely separate. That's going to be completely mine. So I'm really excited to be on a new business journey.
That's good.
Cool. For me, I think it's making myself feel less guilty for the things that I'm not doing or the things that I've done, or taking time for myself instead of feeling guilty about that. And then, as always, for me, it's read more books. And every year I just fail.
This year's the year.
I already
2024.
finished one book
Hell
this
yeah.
year, and
That's
it was
more
The
books than
Hunger
I've
Games.
It all comes back
It
around.
comes
Truly
back
was
around.
that. I finished it yesterday. so
Nice. Congratulations.
thank you. One book down.
Are you going to continue the series?
do the whole series?
Yeah, probably. I have this thing where I really want to read really long novels, but I can't get myself to read. So it's like I keep choosing big books and then not reading them.
Read the
You
Twilight
need to
series.
do books
I
with
have.
short chapters.
Yes, that makes it feel fast.
That's what I can do. Like James Patterson. Have you ever heard of that author?
Shortest chapters.
All of his books are like 2-page, 3-page chapters, and that's how I.
Is this
And
the
then you're
worst? So
like,
you're
just one more
like,
chapter.
I'm just going to finish this, and you flip forward, and there's like 13 pages left in the chapter. And you're already, but yeah, I
Yeah.
agree, Riley.
I'm a short chapter girl, but I don't really read a lot of books.
Nice, Katie. I'm excited for you.
Thanks.
Macie, what about you?
I have a goal this year to go on a solo trip. I'm a very codependent person and not a good driver. And I don't really like alone time, but I have made it a goal that this year I'm going to go and do a small, nothing like crazy yet. I'm going to start small.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I want to do a little mini vacation by myself and just kind of like force myself to really get out there as far as driving goes, as far as navigating a place that I've never been, and just enjoying new things.
I think that would be really good
By
for you,
myself.
Macie.
I think so too. It's going to be hard for me though. Like,
You can do it.
Yeah,
But
you
yeah.
can do it. I think it would be eye-opening to
Can I-
like what you're truly capable of.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Can I suggest it be in DC?
That would be cool. So driving.
I mean-
who I need to stick to. I guess I could just do public transport everywhere.
Yeah, the metro. And then you have access to all the museums, all the food you want.
That's
That's
true.
a good point.
So much history. Like just walking around, you're getting a history lesson.
Yeah, I could just do those little scooters too.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's so
Especially
many
now that
scooters.
you've had practice on
On
the
my
scooter.
scooter.
Well, cool. I'm excited for all of us. But yeah, thanks everybody for listening today. We really enjoyed answering all of these questions. And yeah, if you've made it this far and you want to buy some Moonflower goodies, you can head on over to our website and enter in podcast 20 into the promo code box, and it'll give you a 20% discount. Thanks, guys.
We'll even throw you a little chapstick.
Maybe.
Maybe. Got that.